Hi, welcome back. We've had some great feedback from our last video, so we're really excited that you like the idea of our career and leadership development tools and what we've told you so far about the first product that we're launching, which is the Reflect and Assess product. So just to recap, we are launching our suite of products with a three-part Reflect and Assess tool that will help managers and professionals with at least 7 to 10 years work experience who currently not quite happy in their job or thinking about a career change, in helping them in how to make the right decisions for their future. So as career executive coaches with over 13 years experience in coaching managers and professionals from all industries, we know how much being stuck in the wrong job or in the wrong career affects people. It drags you down emotionally, it impacts your confidence, it makes you second guess yourself, and it has an overall really big impact on your well-being and your life satisfaction. So having such a process that helps you work through what isn't working and what changes you actually can and should make is quite critical. We know from having worked on this with way too many managers and professionals over the years who really, despite earning lots of money, are not happy in your job. Let me give you an example. Just recently, we coached a lady who is earning in excess of $200,000 in a quite a demanding role at the interface between information technology and the business. So it's not a very easy role. It's also hard within the culture of the organization, which isn't quite as evolved and settled as this sort of role demands. So that really made it double difficult for her. She likes the role, she knows how to do the role, but one, she didn't get on with her manager who is managing her remotely, and two, she really struggled to adapt to the culture, which is very much in transition at this point in time. So when we worked with her using this Reflect and Assess process, she for the first time was really able to isolate the role, which she liked, from the environment, which is the culture, and her manager, which she didn't like and didn't know how to deal with. So she understood that she actually wasn't the issue, that the environment was. And that's a rather common scenario, unfortunately. We've sort of been endlessly told that we're the masters of our own destiny and that we can achieve anything that we set our mind to if we only try hard enough. There's obviously some truth to this, but it cannot work without a supportive environment. If the environment works against you, then you will struggle, and you will need to decide whether to adapt to the environment and maybe make some significant changes to how you operate, or whether you leave the environment. So in this particular case, the lady decided to stay for a little while with the company and to change her approach and her behavior and the role based on our coaching. So she had to adapt her approach to managing her manager. She had to be a lot more realistic in terms of the number of projects that she could support, and her status and her perceived brand within the organization changed very, very quickly as a result of doing that. So her level of job satisfaction increased by a fair bit, but staying in the organization was never a long-term option for her. She just wanted to know that she could change her behavior to be more successful in an environment like that. And once she found a suitable job outside, because fundamentally this culture wasn't working for her, she left the organization. So that's the sort of outcome that you can look for when you're doing the Reflect and Assess process. Clarity on what the real issues are. And realistic options for change that you analyze and you put in place and put into practice. So what's the actual product and what's the launch offer? As I mentioned before, the product consists of 3 parts. Each part is made up of an introduction video and a workbook, and then evaluation videos that help you guide through the whole process of evaluating your responses. So it will take you 2 to 4 hours that you spread over a few days to answer all the questions in the workbooks, and then there's about 45 to 60 minutes worth of videos that guide you through extracting the most important information from your answers and feeding it into the next part of the process. So in the first part, you'll analyze your career history, you'll look for patterns that explain job satisfaction versus dissatisfaction, and you really try to figure out what the key influences are in terms of you gaining satisfaction from your job and your career. In the second part, we look at you, we look at your personality, we look at your behavioral preferences, we look at your values and your needs, and based on those insights, we can combine the information from the first part and the second part in the third part to gain the right insights about what is your specific issue and how we can fix them. So we actually derive something that we termed your key job satisfaction pattern, and there's only a handful of those that we've discovered over the years, and that will basically allow you to draw the right conclusions from all of these answers to all of these questions that you worked through. So it really crystallizes everything in one very handy type of table and graph that will allow you then to figure out what you need to do with that information, how you can make the right decisions about your future. Now, we know this process works. We've done it with over 1,000 people, and we know that you get real value out of doing it. Nothing could be worse than spending 40, 50 or even 60 hours a week in a job or an organization that you're not happy in, that doesn't suit you. So it's time to take action, and it's time to take the right action, which means you need the right insights in order to make the right decisions for your future. So we'll launch our Reflect and Assess product in the next couple of days. Each of the parts normally sells for $99, and the 3-part package normally sells for $249. Our launch offer to you is $199 for all 3 parts. So, and that offer will only be available for 1 week. Then we close the launch window and the pricing goes back to normal. So by deciding to invest in your future quite quickly, you can save a bit of additional money and get all the benefits of knowing what to look for in designing a career and a future for you that is really going to work. So our shop will open very soon, and I'll send out an email to that effect. And if you would like to ask questions in relation to that, then just respond to this email. Thank you.